Hey everybody, made some fairly significant changes to the board. I guess fairly extensive. They're not super significant, but I did make a lot of changes. So anyways, some simple things, some naming changes. You can see with all the wireless channels, I put the number before the name. 42L2 is now Pastor. Mac and PC. Mac is the Mac Mini that is playing ProPresenter, any content up on the screens. PC is our PC over here, playing walk-in music. All fairly straightforward. Down on layer B, I don't really think I changed anything. A guitar. This used to be labeled J guitar. I think everything else is the same visually. So the change that I did do was the input numbering and routing. I changed a lot of that. So that it makes more sense. So I wonder if we can see it on the screen. So this is the patch panel in the back rack back there. They are 2412. So all the wireless units are plugged in from input number 16 all the way through input number 22, number 23, and number 24. Actually have inputs number 23 and 24. Those are where the choir mics get plugged in. They're down under the steps, like one right there and one right there. So whenever you actually, again, look at their input and you hit the alt view number, their input number that you see here actually matches the number that you plug into at the stage. So like that's the same with the rest of these instrument microphones. The E-piano, whenever you go to actually plug it in, if you hit alt view, number 9, that's the number that you'll actually plug into on stage. Everything here with all the instruments has been corrected so that the number that you see when you hit alt view is the number that you plug into at stage. So that was, I guess, the extensive thing. I had a lot of rearranging to do there. So there's a few wired microphones, the pulpit. I think that had always been input number 1. Pastor's wireless. Rye is a hardwired mic, and again, if you hit alt view on Rye's mic, it says number 7. That is what you plug into there on stage for Rye's mic. The only oddball is Mac. It says 4748. It's a stereo channel, and anyways, 4748 is over here. These RCAs, what's actually plugged in are these guys. The Mac volume comes from these two plugs, 43 and 44, excuse me. And then Pastor's mic is input number 42. Because over here, whenever you see Pastor, you hit alt view, and that says input number 42. So all of that should make a lot of sense and have simplified life. The other thing is that I have separated the inputs from streaming and separated them from what we're mixing in the house. So streaming has new inputs that are red, and the red inputs are double patched. So even though we see all these inputs, pulpit, pastor, one floor, all these are a double patch, which means that this is technically still plugged into the same socket as our green one over here that says pulpit, but they are two independent channels. Except for gain structuring, they share gain. So whenever we look at the screen, we've got the pulpit selected. This box right here, socket preamp, everything in there, it's going to be mirrored from this channel and this channel. Let me hit processing real quick. So there's the green input. So if I scroll on my inputs, that's piano. There's the pulpit input. So gain says 25.1 dB. Phantom power's on, no pad on. Same thing over here. So if I pad it, shows up pad over here on the iPad as well. Now the fun thing for the people that are doing sound up in the live stream booth is that they now, on this red pulpit input that's only for the stream mix, they get trim, so they can mess with digital trim, which gives them more gain. So you can see our gain still says 25 dB, our trim still says 0 over here on our green pulpit input. But over in the stream world, they have their pulpit input, their gain still says 25 dB, but they have trimmed it up 10 dB, so it can be a lot louder if they wanted it to be on the stream compared to what's happening in the house. The other wonderful thing about this is that they can mute their pulpit channel and it does not mute it over here. So if you unmute it, pulpit, it does not change what's going on the stream. So we've had issues with people trying to unmute something whenever they're working on the stream audio, and it messes up what's happening in the house. So this should clear up a lot of the crossover between the two. There are a few things that they will have to still share, but that's greatly reduced. So we shouldn't have nearly as many hiccups. We will do a training time sometime soon just to go over this in person as well. Hopefully all together so we can talk about it all. And that's all I have for you folks. Thank you. Bye.